Hello and welcome back to Two Blokes from Blighty. My name is Joey. I'm joined by Tim. Before we get into the episode, I am going to hand over to our good pal, Josh. Forget about it, Scar. And we're going to hear an advert for Talking Smack.
Forget about it.
Take it away, Josh.
Do you love comics, movies, video games, and more? We do too. Join me, Josh Scar, and my cast of colorful co-hosts on Talking Smack. Look for our yellow and red icon on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, and other podcast players.
Yeah, I really love thinking about Judi Dench's cat arsehole.
Tim is riddled.
Wherever the northern boy is, I'm sure he's just heard the words, "You should bring back the fanatic," and suddenly developed a 1,000-yard stare. I do this shit for my friends. You know that I would die. Put holes in both of my hands like I am Jesus Christ. This is Tim from Two Blokes from Blighty. I'm joined by Joey Fitz. Joey, how you doing?
What the hell was that?
That was Not Dead Yet by Jakey. Really good. He's got an album out called Reebok or Nike. Really good album.
How'd you spell it?
Jakey.
Yeah.
Jakey.
Okay. And what's the song called?
Not Dead Yet? Are you looking it up now?
Yeah.
We're going to cut this right down, I'm assuming.
Might do.
Might do. Otherwise, it's just you look up a song.
Jakey. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Just validating
nice.
his existence.
Yeah, just making sure he's real. Sorry, we do the usual. Yeah, I'm Joey. I'm joined by the powerful Tim. Tim, how are you today?
I'm feeling hench. I'm feeling, mate, you look huge.
mate, you look huge.
Oh, bro, what brings you in today?
You look as hench as Judi Dench in Cats.
Yeah, as old Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps on giving, eh, Tim?
Yeah, I really love thinking about Judi Dench's cat arsehole. Comes up once a week for me now.
The kitty cat bumhole. You look huge.
I sometimes think
What Judi Dench's arsehole.
That's not sometimes, that's an often. But I sometimes think, what if we end up watching that on the Fanatics instead? That'd be awful.
Why don't you bring back the Fanatics, but only do it over a 3-month period, but specifically with cat-based movies?
That'd be hilarious.
You could call it. Well, I thought you should call the. I thought you should call the second series the Catwomen, but you didn't. You didn't go with that.
No, we already had a thing set up. We got a Twitter account.
I think it should be called Feline and Fee Circle.
Wherever the northern boy is, I'm sure he's just heard the words, "You should bring back the fanatic," and suddenly developed a 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, wherever the northern boy is, I can tell you the answer. The north.
The north. Weird if he's in the south.
Yeah. Don't be in the south, northern boy.
Did you see that person on Facebook who was like, the English people can't have southern accents?
What?
There was someone being like, oh, they've got a southern English accent, and then someone else was like, The English can't have southern accents. That doesn't work.
I don't get it.
Well, I guess they've just never heard what a Yorkshire person sounds like to know what a northern accent is in the UK.
Hello,
Hello.
this is Yorkshire accent. I like to drink Coke
And
and
Tetley.
Tetley tea. There you go. That's Yorkshire. And Tim do South.
Or eat love.
That's some of the way south.
That's some of the way south. There's southwest.
Yeah.
That's
Tim,
my neck of the woods.
This is complete fucking waffle. Can you give us a pub quiz question?
Absolutely.
Here's the jingle.
Pub quiz question of the week. That's not a jingle. That's a sound effect at best.
What we have there is a fucking jingle, Tim.
So, pub quiz question of the week. The question is, who is the artist that painted the Sistine Chapel in Rome?
Do you want the answer?
Yeah, go for it.
Michelangelo.
All right, cool. We're going to pick a different question.
He's also a Ninja Turtle. Same guy.
Same dude.
Same guy.
I think these are riddle ones. Hang on, you put me on the spot now and I've had to find another one.
Give us a riddle.
A riddle?
Pub quiz riddle of the week. Tim is riddled.
This question makes no fucking sense. It's just, how do you spell letter carrier without the letter O?
The same way you would spell letter carrier because there's
same
no
way
O
you
in it.
normally would. Have you seen? Oh my god! Have you seen that post on Reddit? That's what is it? How do blind people communicate with each other? And someone was just like, they can talk.
Oh my god, that is wow. You know, I've always wondered, and I now know the answer because I always wondered it for so long it'd come up in conversation. I'm stalling for time so you can find a pub quiz riddle or question.
I've got one.
You know, guide dogs.
Yeah.
When they poo, how does the blind person know where to pick it up?
Taste.
Taste. This doesn't taste like my dog's brand.
This isn't mine.
They relieve themselves on command.
Did you get the TikTok I sent you earlier about the guy who bought something on Vinted?
No.
I'm gonna need you.
Oh, is this the nappy?
Yeah.
I've seen it elsewhere where someone bought.
Great.
So I don't know if they have Vinted in some of the countries that people listen to this.
Vinted
is like a thrift store app.
Yeah.
But it's people to people. So it's like eBay, but it's just specifically for clothes.
Yeah.
And people send the clothes in the wildest things. I've seen like used packets of cheese and onion crisps.
Yep.
But this TikTok that Tim sent me, the lady typically wraps them up in unused nappy sacks.
Or
that
diapers
way,
for our American blessers.
Yeah, diaper bags. And that way, when they arrive, they are in a sterile bag that is untouched and protecting the clothes. Then she goes on to say that this one had been packed in the dark and had a used nappy on it, and there was shit all over the item of clothing.
They were like, "Oh, can you send us evidence?" And I was like, "Yes, I can send you evidence." And it's just a shit-filled nappy with a t-shirt in it.
Vile.
Absolutely vile. And then she was like, "Can you do a refund?" And they stopped responding.
That was so vile. I had to stop myself gagging. You might be able to hear it in the edit. I go vile. Tim, pub quiz question of the week.
Pub quiz question of the week. What's the artist that painted the Scream?
I know this as well because I looked it up recently. I don't remember.
I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Tim paints a lot.
It is me. You're right.
No. The artist is Tim paints a lot. Was it Bob Ross?
It was not Bob Ross.
Oh, shame.
I've been watching Peep Show lately, and I love the fact that they determine what they're gonna do that evening based on what God is painting, and they turn on the TV and it's Bob Ross. If he's painting a landscape, they do this one thing, and if he's painting like a mountain, then they're doing this other thing.
It's the sky or the land.
That's it. That's a great idea.
It is a good idea. Have you ever watched that show, Bob Ross?
Yeah, it's like the most calming shit.
It's weirdly hypnotic.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the US version of Peep Show? Have I ever sent it to you?
I'm aware of it. I've never seen it.
The guy who plays Leonard in The Big Bang Theory plays David Mitchell's character,
Mark
Corrigan. And it's basically the same story as episode 1 of Peep Show in the UK. But they leave out the most important part. It's not filmed point of view.
Well, that's the gimmick.
The whole show in England is point of view, and that's the point in Peep Show. But they do it as a fourth wall.
I don't understand why, and maybe one of the American listeners can shed some light on this for me. Why a lot of American TV show reboots that are ported from the UK, as it were, they just don't get that English humor doesn't translate to the US very well.
Yeah.
So, like, if you look at the In-Betweeners American version,
Have you watched it?
I've watched the first episode. It was diabolical.
You should watch more of it, Tim.
Is it awful still?
It is awful, but there's a difference. So Jay in the English In-Betweeners, right?
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, the In-Betweeners is a sitcom about 4 lads that are friends in school. They're very normal kids, and they get up and talk to each other. They get up to things that, you know, people do, normal stuff that kids get up to, and that's why it's funny, because it's relatable. But there's a character called Jay. And Tim, what would you say Jay's overwhelming character trait is?
That he's a big old liar about his sexual adventures.
Yes. Now in the US one, they take this a step further, and they put him in an active sexual relationship with someone who is 14 years old.
No thanks.
They make Jay a paedophile.
Brilliant. Brilliant. If an American would be interested in watching The In-Betweeners, it's possibly the most like TV accurate, like not in terms of like the stories, but like the conversations that the characters have between themselves. Possibly the most TV accurate portrayal of what it was like growing up in like 90s to 2000s UK.
Yeah.
It's staggeringly accurate a lot of the time.
How old is The In-Betweeners?
Oh god, I was in college when it came out.
Well, no, I was at uni when season 3 came out.
I've just written The Betweeners.
The Betweeners, and that was 14 years ago.
2008 is when
Yeah.
it was when The In-Betweeners came out.
Still funny now. Tim,
Still very funny.
what's your favourite In-Betweeners moment?
I mean, the one where they go on the school trip and Neil punches a fish to death is pretty great. Or the one where Jay, this vocal sex pest, he's kind of picking up that like, oh yeah, but one wanted to go on this school trip. There's always there's an old lady who runs the ice cream stand who, and I'm quoting here, noshes off schoolboys. And of course they kind of call him out on it, and he goes over and is like, all right, fine, I'll go over. And he's like, oh, can I have a cornetto? And she goes, oh yeah, here you go. And they make really awkward small talk, and eventually he just goes, you the lady that sucks off schoolboys? It's like, sorry? Do you want to suck me off? Like,
It's good. It's really
it's
good.
awful. What about you?
So punching a fish is definitely up there. Hitting the girl in a wheelchair in the head with a frisbee. Whilst out of context, what I just said sounds horrific. In the show, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And when they get chased away because the girl won't get the frisbee back, and it looks like they're trying to rob the girl in a wheelchair. And they're being chased by the school bully who's trying to protect the girl in the wheelchair. And while they're running away, he's going, "It's my frisbee. I've got a receipt."
Yeah.
Just cracks me up. Anyway, we've gone well off topic here, Tim.
Yeah.
So who painted the Scream?
Who painted the Scream? That's your quiz question.
Well, there's your pub quiz question of the week. Words. There's your pub quiz question of the week. Thanks, Tim. And we'll get back to that at the end of the episode. Tim.
Yeah.
This episode comes out on June the 12th, but I can't work out what day that is.
That's a Wednesday.
Oh, it's a Wednesday, my dude.
It is Wednesday, my dude. Wednesday. Wednesday.
Hit me with the days of the week.
Days of the week. We've got some good one.
Yep.
Good ones is what I meant to say.
Zzz.
National Red Rose Day.
Okay, yeah.
I hate roses, I should tell you.
The chocolate or the flower?
No, the chocolate's brilliant. I'll come back to a story about chocolates that I was talking about earlier with someone which you'll remember very fondly. Next one is National Jerky Day.
Okay, yeah, they saw that as Sports Direct. I can understand that.
Then there's National Peanut Butter Cookie Day.
This gets brought up every time it comes up. I don't like peanut butter. I think it's gross. It looks weird. It smells weird. And it tastes weird. If it had a voice, it'd probably sound weird.
And then finally, National Loving Day.
Just loving in general.
Yeah, just loving people, things, stuff. Pets,
go with that one.
Cats.
I thought you said there were some good ones.
National Loving Day is a lovely day.
Yeah, there's one. That's like you.
National Jerky Day is good.
Jerky Day is fine.
Okay, well, there was one good one.
We're going with Jerky Day.
What?
Yeah.
And how do you want people to observe National Jerky Day on June the 12th?
I want you to give jerky to someone that you love.
Now we're blending here.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to say you want to jerk it with someone that you love.
Jerky yourself off, everyone.
While
Sorry,
you listen to the
female
episode.
audience.
I mean, we don't discriminate here.
No,
if you're female and want to jerk off, then that's fine. You go for it.
So welcome, ladies, for this permission from two white men.
Let's move swiftly on, Tim.
Yeah.
Who knows whether that'll make the edit? Tim.
Yeah.
Tim.
Yeah.
I asked you to watch David Brent, Life on the Road.
Oh yeah, play the movies noise.
Movies.
Good. Yeah, David Brent, Life on the Road. I should probably get the IMDb page up for this.
What did you think?
It was fine. It was about what I expected.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, David Brent is the... I'm not going to say the lead character, but he's the manager in the UK.
Well, he is the lead character. It focused primarily around Ricky Gervais's character of David Brent.
Yeah. But this is him after The Office, but he's in a different job, and he also still wants to be a rock star.
Yeah.
So he ends up booking some annual leave from his very mundane office sales job to go on tour with a band that doesn't like him.
And Doc Brown.
Yeah.
That's a rapper, not the guy from Back to the Future.
Yeah, there's no DeLoreans involved.
Great Scott, David.
But no, it was fine. It was an okay movie. There was some classic, very very classic British office cringe humor.
Yeah.
The song about the disabled
I
in
knew
particular.
that would be it. The disabled, and it's my favourite.
Yeah.
Please don't make fun of the disabled. There's nothing funny about those, whether mental in the head or mental in the legs.
Yeah. And just the thing, the whole speech, like I love the fact they have this interview with the band where they point out his mannerisms, where it's like, he just has to explain every song before they play it, and he's just like, oh yeah, this one's, I don't, how do I want to do this? If you don't mind cutting out, he's just like, people say, Brent, you're a comedian and a philosopher. Is there anything you won't joke about? And he says, yes, there is. The disabled. I won't laugh at them. I won't laugh with them.
Just in case. I think it's really funny, and
it's fine.
I think the character of David Brent's really funny. I think Ricky Gervais's attitudes can be a little bit problematic.
Yeah.
But I think his characters are generally really good. I think that this film started off in a very... I know you said it kind of was full of the David Brent classic cringe humor, and it absolutely was. I'm not debating that at all. But I do think it takes a turn from, we're laughing at David Brent, to feeling quite sorry for him and ending on quite a nice, warm, heartfelt finish.
That was my... Without wanting to sound like went into this film expecting massive amounts of Schadenfreude, I found the ending a bit weird, where everyone in the office, aside from like one or two people, found him quite unbearable. And then it's at the end, they're just like, "Oh, we really miss him. He's not making a noise in the office." Aside from that one guy who gets water thrown on him.
But I think the point in that is you don't know what you got till it's gone.
But you pave paradise and you put up a parking lot.
No, but it's true. You don't know what you'll miss until it's not there anymore. And I think
Yeah.
I think that the character of David Brent, there was this whole thing where Doc Brown is saying, "Oh, people don't like him because he pretends to be someone else," but I think they would like him if he was just himself.
Yeah.
And the
Be more
whole
accepting of
thing,
him.
the whole thing of David Brent from the first episode of The Office to the end of this film is that he just wants to be liked, and he craves attention and craves. Him and Michael Scott are the same character, right? In the first few episodes, and they go out of their way to make people say, "Oh, I really like David Brent," and in doing that, he pushes the boundary so far that people think he's an insufferable prick. And if he just stopped doing that, he would be fine and nice and liked. And there's a couple of bits where the Rasta song, where he does a Rasta voice the whole way through.
That's awful.
And people are like, "Why are you pretending to be a Rasta? Just be yourself." And the bit where the guy's like, the producer, who he pays an extortionate amount of money to go on tour with them, is like, "Stop spending money. I don't want to see you financially cripple yourself for this tour, which is just not going to work." So I think there's a really nice evolution of him being unanimously hated by everyone he hangs around with because he tries so hard, to them seeing he just craves that positive feeling towards himself.
He needs approval.
He craves approval, but I think it's done in a very good way. I really like it. I really he explains the songs. I love the one where they've got Doc Brown singing on stage with him, and he's like, he lists all of the white bands that have done collaborations with black artists, and and now I've got one, and he points over at Doc Brown.
It's awful.
It's so hard to watch, but it's really funny if you're willing to. If you enjoy a bit of cringe humor, I think it's great.
And I love me some cringe humor.
Yeah. But I agree. I don't think it's spectacular. I just think it's fun.
It's fun. It's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie. Tim, what do you give it? How many blokes out of Blighty?
I gave it a 6 out of 10 on IMDb, which I think works out to 3 blokes from Blighty.
It's just out of 10, Tim.
Oh, well, 6.
I would give it a 7. 6 or 7's fine. I think that's fair. Tim, what are we watching next week?
I've been on a real Simpsons kick lately, so we're going to watch the Simpsons movie.
Yay, the film that has one joke.
Yep, and it's Bart's penis.
Yes, it's Bart's penis. I remember being really shocked when that happened.
Did I ever tell you the story? Did I ever tell you the story about when that film came out, like the day one it came out?
We went to see it together on day one.
We did, and I actually saw it twice in cinema on the same day. I went on a date with this girl that I was seeing at school, and she wanted to go and see it. It was like, yeah, okay. And then Dad, I know, wanted to go and see it, and that evening he were like, "Let's go see the Simpsons movie." And I had to pretend that I hadn't seen it before.
So you knew all the jokes.
Yeah. Because I'd seen it about 4 hours before.
Do you know I watched today? This is a bonus movie club. Do you know I watched, not today, this week?
What's that?
Godzilla -1.
Do you know, I've been meaning to watch that. I'm a massive Godzilla fan, and I've just not seen it.
You've not seen it?
No.
Tim, you should watch it.
Apparently it's phenomenal.
It's brilliant.
Have you seen Shin Godzilla?
No, scrap the Simpsons movie. Let's watch Godzilla -1. Let's do both. Let's do a double header.
Yeah. All right. Godzilla -1 and the Simpsons movie next week. Done.
Okay. Fab.
Super fab.
Fucking wish I'd never told you about Super Fab.
I love Super Fab. It's great. It's super fab.
It might be the campest thing that I've naturally said. Super fab, and I just stopped myself and went, did I really just say super fab? Tim, you've got a few things here.
I have. I've written some stuff down.
Yeah. Let's go. Where do you want to start?
Let's start off with the Yeezy Cybertruck. Have you seen this?
No.
All right. So you know what the Cybertruck looks like?
It looks like a PS2 car. Do you know what? I have seen the Yeezy Cybertruck.
Yeah. It's not Kanye West's. I don't know why it's got the name the Yeezy Cybertruck. It's made by a fashion designer, as like a promo model concept thing. It's selling for 1.2 million per car, and
What?
1.2 million per car, and there's only 3 of them being made. Joey, can you describe what it looks like?
It looks like the iconic pyramid head from Silent Hill 2 on wheels.
Yeah,
It's a pyramid on
yeah.
wheels.
It's
You can't see any doors or windows. It looks ridiculous.
It looks fucking stupid.
I
I
actually think Tesla's Cybertrucks in general, I don't understand why people like them. I think they're the ugliest things going.
I kind of like them.
That's because you're a slave to the musketeer.
I promise you I'm not, but I kind of like the Cybertrucks. I don't know. I just think there's something really different about them. But
I think they're vile.
I would never
Have you
get one or a
have-
Tesla. A, I
have
can't
you
afford it. And B,
seen-
fuck Elon.
Oh yeah. Have you seen all the stuff about people's hands in the doors of these cars?
Yes, I have. I saw someone get their finger caught in the boot of one.
Yeah. How they would just tear your fingers off.
Yeah.
I
Pretty horrific.
can't believe that they're able to sell them when they do that.
Surely that's like a product recall thing. That's not like an entirely impossible situation.
You would think, but they still do it.
Yeah. So a friend of mine sent me the Yeezy Cybertruck and described it as a very ominous looking door wedge.
I think that's yeah. They just look really weird. It looks a bit like it's floating.
Does a bit. Someone in the audience just remind us when the episode comes out, and we'll post a photo of the the Yeeby CZ truck.
The EBGB truck.
Yeah. But that was just something I saw this week that was interesting. But
That reminds me of an Instagram shot I sent Slade, and it's on an airline, and it's a thing that says no storage, but it's spelt storage, STOWAGE. And
No.
the guy goes, oh yeah, stowage. The guy goes, no storage. Where will I put my luggage? It just made me laugh.
That's some Vine humor right there.
Yeah, dumbass fine humor.
Yeah. The other thing that I saw that's coming out in October, and I'm very excited for, Yakuza's finally getting its like film/TV adaptation, and it's been talked about for years. I'm a Yakuza fan. I'm excited. And Joey, you played Yakuza 0, and
Did
did you? I forget. Did you like it or?
yeah, it was okay. I didn't enjoy it as much as you did. I don't think I put the same amount of time into it as you did, but it was, it was okay. I think I don't know if 0 is the best one, but I think that I got a little bit bored of the setting quite quickly.
Fair enough.
Which was my main gripe.
You probably wouldn't like the rest of the series because they're all based in Kamurocho and Osaka. Aside from Like a Dragon Ishin, I forget where that's based, but it's set in like Edo era Japan.
Right.
Yeah. But that's exciting. But you kind of wanted to use that as a bit of a jumping point to talk about how just good video game adaptations have been lately.
Yeah. There have been some really good video game adaptations recently.
I guess potential spoilers for Fallout and what else? The Mario movie, FNAF movie.
Yeah, keep going.
What else has been adapted lately?
The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, The Last of Us. Oh, Chef's Kiss.
Chef's Kiss.
Absolutely Chef's Kiss. What else? But yeah, just stuff has been largely good. I know I listed a bunch of stuff in there as well that was also like bad. But like
so there is upcoming, we've got Last of Us season 2.
Very excited.
I believe that Fallout has a season 2 signed off.
Yep.
I believe there's a season 3 of The Witcher coming.
That's out now. It's season 4, I think.
Season 4. Okay.
With,
I did
Hemsworth.
season 1 and didn't do any more. There's a Borderlands movie, and I know you're not mad on the games, but it looks interesting.
The games themselves I don't have a problem with. Is fucking Randy Pitchford.
Yeah, but I mean, you won't play them because of him.
Yeah, no,
there's a
there's a boycott these days.
A second Five Nights at Freddy's. There's another Mario Brothers movie in the works. Yeah, I just think that video game. Oh, Twisted Metal, I need to watch.
I need to
That
watch
looks
that.
really good. Just video game adaptations are so good lately. Do you remember when they used to be the worst thing on the planet?
Yeah. Although I won't have a bad word said about Bob Hoskins' Super Mario movie.
No, there are exceptions, of course, but there's there was a period of time where every single movie needed a video game adaptation. So
yeah.
I guess it's the other way round that I have a real problem with. But I remember how many PlayStation 2 games of films there were.
Yeah.
That were just awful.
Like very, like just pushed right out the door license games.
Yes.
And it's because they're given about 6 months to develop them, and that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do remember the worst one being the Wolverine games.
They weren't great.
But there were some good ones. I remember Enter the Matrix was good fun.
That was okay, yeah.
Enter the Matrix was good. The only problem I had with Enter the Matrix is they stuffed in so many levels to the point where there was literally a level where you were in a doorway, you took 2 steps ahead of you, and that was the end of the level.
What a level.
And you got another loading screen. That's what I remember about that. Yeah, some good stuff.
Video game adaptations peaked at when Mario said to Luigi, "Hey, fuck you, Luigi."
Fuck you, Luigi.
You have some spaghetti on your overalls.
I'd like to watch the Monster Hunter movie.
It's well, I think I said it last week.
You did. Well, you said it to me outside of the recording.
Okay, so the Monster Hunter movie, it does anything that it does that's Monster Hunter related, and I know that sounds strange for the Monster Hunter movie. Anything that it does that's Monster Hunter related is done really well. The problem is it's wrapped up in this bullshit US military in Iraq story where it's like Mila Jovovich and her platoon find a portal in the desert and they go through it, and then a Rathalos comes through, and unless they stop the Rathalos that's going to Iraq, it's going to prevent freedom from spreading. It's like, oh, okay. But everything else that's inside the Monster Hunter world is actually really good.
That joke
actually pretty good.
Nice. Tim, I have a list of IMDb's.
With the foil.
Yummy. I have a list of the worst video game adaptations on IMDb.
I'm listening.
The first 2 I've never heard of, Mars of Destruction.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
Then there's Diamond Dogs, spelled DAWGS. Never heard of it.
Sounds cool, though.
Then we have House of the Dead.
I didn't know that got an adaptation.
Got 15 on Metacritic.
Woof. Okay.
And after that, we have a TV show hosted by Mario Lopez that is apparently ongoing. It's a Candy Crush game show.
That sounds like the most impossibly boring thing to watch.
Yeah. Then we have Alone in the Dark 1 and 2.
Now, if I remember rightly, Alone in the Dark was actually kind of good.
What, the 2005 Alone in the Dark?
No, the game, I mean, sorry.
Oh, the game. Yeah, I think the games are pretty critically acclaimed. I've not played them, so I just know people think a lot of them. And they've just released Alone in the Dark. They've rebooted it, and the main character is the guy from Stranger Things who plays Hopper.
Oh.
But Alone in the Dark film got 9 on Metascore out of 100.
Now, wasn't there talk of an Alan Wake TV show or movie happening?
Don't know. I actually think that would be okay.
That'd be okay. I mean, it's already set up like an episodic thing anyway. You might as well.
Yeah. The other highlights on the top 50 worst are Blood Rain 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Glad it got 2 sequels.
Far Cry is on there. There's a Far Cry movie.
I did not know that existed.
Tekken.
Which one? The live action movie?
Yes, the live action movie.
Ah, right. Because Tekken Bloodlines is actually pretty good. Like it's based off Tekken 3.
I'll take your word for it. an unofficial Lara Croft short, and it's called Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Orb of the Unknown. And I'm going to send you
Oh no.
the picture, and I want you to just describe what you're looking at.
It looks like the world's laziest cosplay
Yeah.
of someone who I don't want to use Lara Croft's figure as like a selling point for Lara Croft, but that's if we're being real, that's probably what sold what pushed a lot of copies in like the 90s.
Can you be more explicit as to what you mean there, Tim?
She has big pointy booba. This is just the look and appeal is not there. Like in Lara Croft, she's like holding up her guns on the cover. She's stood in like a powerful stance to be like, this is a badass woman who's going on an adventure. It looks like this woman has just got her hands in her pockets. I know they're holding onto her guns, but if you took out the guns, it would just look like hands in pockets.
Yep. We also have Death Forest 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are on this list.
Never heard of them. Not even the games. Never heard of them.
Me neither. Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
What? No. I love that movie.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Cool. And then Street Fighter, the other live action element is on there.
No, that's the one with, of course, with M. Bison.
That's not a good thing.
No, I love that movie. It's
sorry,
really
Tim.
dumb and fun.
The Super Mario Brothers movie is on there.
Wait, which one?
The Bob Hoskins one.
I can't trust this list.
The Resident Evil TV show.
I didn't know I got a TV show.
Oh, it's on Netflix. You should watch it. It is... Well, it's bad, Tim.
Well, the Resident Evil films weren't particularly great either.
The first one was okay.
It was okay, but that's about as far as they went. The
second one was okay. Everything after that was terrible.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. There's a game.
Well, no, there's a game.
Sorry, there's a film.
I did not know there was a film. Although apparently there is a Legend of Zelda movie, a new one in the works.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's Chris Pratt playing Link.
He'll say "hup hup yeah."
Up, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a me.
And he'll put his hands out like a
Link.
velociraptor.
Yeah, it's a me, Link. And then they'll go, "That's not the voice," and it'll be the voice. Tim, let's veer well off of this now. Let's get away from Chris Pratt and think about some hilarity. How can we make hilarity ensue?
I think joke of the week.
Let's do some jokes.
That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week.
So this is the joke of the week. Tim and I will fire off one-liners at each other. We will try not to laugh at the other person's joke. And if you laugh, the section ends and that joke is declared the joke of the week.
Join in, audience. Let us know where you laughed if you did.
I love hearing where people lost.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a good one. It's a good one that people join in with. Tim, I imagine you have more than me. I have 7.
10.
The floor's yours.
Great. What do wooden whales eat?
Oh, I don't know. What do wooden whales eat?
Plankton.
Oh, that's nice. That's fun.
A bit of wordplay.
Airport police say that a number of people smuggling helium balloons in their luggage is out of control, but the cases continue to rise.
Clever. Clever. A bartender says, "We don't serve time travelers here." A time traveler walks into a bar.
Nice. Simple premise, good execution, Tim.
Yeah.
My dad always said that he used to get the best sleep on public transportation. Great guy, terrible bus driver.
Classic joke. Classic joke. Schrodinger's cat walks into a bar and doesn't.
He's talking about Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
The other day. If I have twin daughters, I'll name one Kate. And I'll name the other Duplicate.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's good.
That's really good. A week after Mozart died, his ghost was discovered trying to erase his music. When asked why, he said, "I'm decomposing."
Could work for a number of composers.
Good.
That's good. I'm gonna call my new dog Nama, so that when I see someone I know and want to talk to them, I say, "Namaste."
Yeah. Very very spiritual dog. How do crabs get out of the hospital?
Sideways.
No, on crotches.
Yeah. Okay.
Not bad.
It's okay. What to call a moose with no name?
What?
The Anonymous.
It's clever. It's good. How do you turn a duck into a soul singer?
I don't know. How'd you turn a duck into a soul singer?
Put it in the microwave until it's Bill Withers.
Ah,
Yeah.
I like it. My relationship with a girl I matched on Tinder was going great until she suffered a psychotic episode, insisting that she was part crab. That's when things started to go sideways.
Nearly got me. That's really good. So
Does that count as a laugh?
no.
Okay.
The 7 dwarves are all taking a bath and feeling happy. Happy got out, so they all felt grumpy.
Congratulations.
It finally happened this season. We didn't have to resort to the kicking the bucket joke. That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week.
Do you want to know what my next joke was?
Was it the kick the bucket joke?
Want to hear what my neighbour said before he kicked the bucket?
We've left the family tree now.
Yeah. I'm sure we might see it again. Who knows? Tim, what was the joke of the week?
Joke of the week was the 7 dwarves are all taking a bath together and feeling happy. Happy got out, so they all felt grumpy. That's a really good one.
The second you said feeling happy, I knew where it was going, and it still got me. Congratulations. That was good.
Thank you. First time this season.
Yeah. Tim, you watched Ready or Not?
Yeah, so we've had this film because Payne and I have a list of just films and TV shows that we are either currently watching or want to watch. Just like, if we're ever sat down, we're like, oh, what do you want to do? This. And we put on Ready or Not the other night, and I don't know if you've seen it or heard of it.
So, I thought it was another video game adaptation.
No. So the film's premise is that this man and this woman get married, and the man's family have got this tradition where on midnight of the wedding day, they have to pull a card out from this box. The bride has to pull this card out from this box, and they have to play whatever game is on the card. Because the family earn their riches in board games.
Okay.
It's like a tradition from the family. And she pulls the hide and seek card. And for some reason, it is tradition in the family where if someone pulls the hide and seek card, unless that person, so they have to go out and kill the person who pulled the hide and seek card. And if they're still alive by morning, the entire family will die. It's a bit of a left turn, but what was really cool about this movie, like, you're doing something dumb. Don't go in that room.
Tim, you're going to need to start that again from what was cool about this movie, because you went, what was cool about this movie is that. And you froze.
So what was cool about this movie is that, when you're watching a horror movie and you're like, you want to shout at the protagonist being like, you're doing something really dumb, don't do that thing, don't go back in that room, whatever.
Yeah.
Every single decision that the main character made in this movie would be in line with expectations. So like Payne and I were watching and we were like, and now go out the window. And they tried to go for the window and it didn't work. And they're like, okay, now try and break the window. And they tried to break the window. And eventually they get outside and it's like, and now go and steal a car. And I don't want to say it was predictable in what they were doing, but it was like refreshingly predictable because it's like, yes, I would also do the same thing.
Okay. Is it like the Eddie Izzard sketch where he said, if you're in a horror movie, just listen to what the music does?
Yes.
Where he says, if you go, there's 2 roads, and if you look down one of them and start to go and you hear, dun,
yeah,
you go, I'm going to go the other one.
Yeah. Like that for about an hour and a half. But no, a really fun movie with a really, really weird twist at the end of it.
No, there's a twist. I'm not going to watch it.
All right.
I'll be looking out for the twist the whole time.
Fair enough. I promise you won't see it coming.
No, but I know there's a twist, and that's enough of a problem for me not to watch it.
All right.
Sorry.
I put you off it.
Well, you can tell me the twist if you want. If you don't want to know the twist, press the skip button 3 times.
Cool. So the whole thing with the family thinking that they're going to die if the sun, if the person's not dead by sunrise, turns out it's true. The whole movie's like the whole movie. They're spending the entire time leading you to think, oh yes, it's obviously bullshit. Why would they do that? And then just at the end, they just all explode. Just it's like neat.
Fair enough. That is wild. Nice. Tim. Oh, hold on. Can you hear that?
Oh, hang on. Did you order something?
Yeah, pizza.
Okay, hang on. It's probably that. Let me go get it.
Okay.
My name's Dominic Littlewood. Dominic Littlewood. Dominic Littlewood. Dominic Littlewood. Dominic Littlewood. Dominic 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 Littlewood. Little Dominic Littlewood. I'm on the case.
Hello.
You're right there, Dom, but it sounded like you were lifting something heavy.
I've had to climb on the chair. I've got little legs.
Little legs and a big washing machine tummy.
Makes it great for doing laundry on the go.
Laundry on the go. So what laundry are you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing my tighty whitey.
Yeah,
I'm doing my vest.
Yeah.
I'm doing my socks.
Okay. Anything else?
No. That's all I wear these days.
Tighty whities, vests and socks.
Knee-high socks.
Knee-high socks. Do you wear sock braces?
No.
Are they real?
They're real.
How are you, Dom?
I'm really feeling it.
Dom, I have a question from a listener.
Fire away.
Now, a friend of the podcast, Jess, has asked, she wants to know, Morgan Freeman as Santa Claus from the Christmas episodes, is he real or is he fake?
He's as real as they come.
How do you know?
I've met him, Santa. He didn't look like Morgan Freeman at the time, but he could look like him now.
Okay. So you think Santa's real or Morgan Freeman Santa's real?
If you look at every shopping mall at Christmas, you'll see he's real.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's really good to know. If you've got time, I've got one more from our friend from the north, who wanted to know if Michigan was real or fake.
Well, the North's not real, so there's a lack of credibility there. But
a question from our incredible source.
If you look at a map of America, you'll see that if you take out some of the letters from Michigan and add in some others, you'll see that it spells not real. Like,
you need to take out quite a few letters and replace them, Dom.
It's all there.
Okay, well, Michigan is fake, but Morgan Freeman Santa is real.
You
That's
heard
great.
it here, folks.
I'm sorry you missed Tim again. I hope you'll catch him by the end of the season.
I hope I never see him again.
Again, so you have met.
He didn't know I
Is he
was
doing-
there.
Are you disguising yourself as his washing machine?
He thought I was his real washing machine.
Wait, thanks. I'll let you get on with it.
Away. Yep, pizza. Yep.
Any good? I think I accidentally delivered it to somewhere that's an hour and a half drive.
Yeah,
It's
it's
your house.
It's cold. It's definitely come from Birmingham, so it's cold.
Okay. What
Do you
flavors?
want it,
What toppings are on it?
I think it's pepperoni, but if I'm honest, it looks a little green.
Yeah, I ordered the green pepperoni special.
All right, Dr. Seuss.
No, you can have it.
Great, thank you. Just what I want.
Enjoy. It's pepperoni infused with marijuana.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not green. It's green.
It's green.
Tim, Gaetano check-in. Do we have one of them?
All right, I'm sending it to you on Discord.
Discord. Do you want me to read this bit?
If you can.
If I can't read, so
Well, we've run into a problem immediately.
okay. Tash, a year ago, said, "The way this place responds to low-star reviews is appalling. After reading reviews, will not even attempt to pay. Oh my god! Will not even attempt to patronize or continue to recommend. I'm sure they'll give a nasty response. Sad."
They have. So Gaetano has responded, "If you have never attempted to patronize, how can you continue to recommend? Your logic is appalling and your attitude is nasty and sad. Now go call your mother and apologize for embarrassing her." I think we had that in the first time we saw Gaetano.
I think it's applicable still. Well done, Gaetano.
Hold on.
Well done.
Oh, I'm not reading that one. That one gets a little too personal on a national level.
Oh, really? Can you send it to me?
Yeah. See if you think it's something.
So I'll read it out. He says, Timotej G says, "Just a bad owner. Really rude, acting like a subhuman. His parents, probably siblings." And his response is, "Never eaten here, probably never been to America, you dumb Czech. So in conclusion, you're a stupid person."
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think it's just the use of the words dumb Czech.
Well, I mean, if he's Czech and he's dumb,
Maybe.
there you go. I think that's fine.
Fine.
Tim,
Yeah.
talk to me. Tell me who painted the Scream, and then let's get the fuck out of here.
I've lost my tab.
I think it was Timothy Chalamet.
It was not Timothy
Oh,
Chalamet.
I said I was going to talk to you about a chocolate story really quickly.
Oh, yeah. Go for
So
it.
I was talking to someone I work with, and we're talking about when we were growing up, and we really enjoyed WWF, WWE.
Hi.
And when we went through that phase, we really enjoyed finding things throughout the house that we could use as weapons.
Yeah.
Within our WWE match. And do you remember what the best thing was?
Was it the sheet of Lego?
The Lego. No, it wasn't the Lego. It was the lid of a Quality Street tin. Because it was thin metal. You could wallop each other around the head with it, and it would make a hell of a noise, but never hurt.
Probably make a proper twang noise.
I remember us beating the shit out of each other with a Quality Street tin. And every time Christmas, we'd be inundated with new weapons. And sorry, Tim, to interrupt. Please, who painted the Scream?
The Scream was painted by Edvard Munch.
Are you sure it wasn't Timothy Chalamet?
It was not Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, good. Tim, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, let's get a Discord user for shout out of the week. That is gonna go to Jinsoku.
Do you want to give a backstory to Jinsoku?
Oh, I see what you're doing.
You said you wanted to give backstories last week, and then got all disappointed when I made it about kidnapping children.
Jinsoku was
Careful here, because you're insulting our listeners.
I'm not insulting. Jinsoku has fought in several wars since the age of 2 and never won one.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jinsoku. I'd like to give usual shout outs to the Pod Pack Collective, which we are a proud member of.
Yeah.
To the lovely Dan from Casting Views, the lovely Forget About It man, Josh Scar. You know, all the great people that we know from our
All the
podcasting
greats.
world. And also, as always, I'd like to give a massive shout out to the wonderful Slade, who's German now, apparently.
Wonderful Slade.
He's wonderful. Yeah, okay, Tim, any parting message you'd like to give?
Take that, you bastards.
Take that, you bastards. We'll see you in 7 days' time.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Video Game. Oh my god.
See you in the post amble, everyone.
Literally the first 4 words, and I get them wrong, Tim.
Yeah.